Hello and welcome to another casted game of the Baltic Powers DLC. Today we have me, Gomistan, playing as the Danish. Again, against 420 playing as the Polish. Or you can also say Poles. But anyway, let's have a look at the build order. That could be quite interesting to see. So he starts by sending a few villagers on wood. Okay. Okay. Let's have a quick look at my build order. I just built a house, everybody on foot. Okay. He builds a house and the TP, that's what he was going for. Okay. Was a little bit messy, but I think overall a good build order. I'm also scouting with my customs wagon. Of course, this is the unique building which the Danes get in the beginning of the match. I like to scout with it because you won't get value from it immediately if you just build it immediately, because you have to wait until the enemy ships a shipment, and then you get taxes for that. So at the moment I don't think I need to immediately build it. Okay, yeah, pretty even everything at the moment. I know he has one more villager at the moment, which is interesting. Maybe he starts with more villagers, I don't know, I didn't look at that. Okay, now I'm building my customs house. It's also important to build that in the back of the base because it is very fragile. It only has 1200 HP, so it can definitely be quickly destroyed. There. Now you can see, just as I build it, I got my 100 tax income, meaning that the shipment of the enemy just came in as I built it. So basically I could have almost lost my tax income if I had a little bit slower, but okay, in the end I got it. Also what was interesting is that you saw I was getting a tag. Unfortunately in the UI you can't really see like all the tags you got, but I got a tag here, which costs 100 coin, 100 wood. As soon as the 100 coin came in, I had 100 coin, 100 wood, because you start with 200 wood, you build one house, then you have 100 wood remaining, and then you get another 100 coin from your taxes, and then you can get the tag, which basically increases the tax income, and now you have 200 shipment tax for every enemy shipment. That is my build order. Now you can see I have a bunch of villagers on wood, okay. We'll soon see what I will do. Let's also watch what the Polish guy is doing. Okay, all newly constructed Folwarks spawn one pig. Livestock Folwarks can automatically harvest herbalds and offers plus 5 gatherer slots. Okay, so the Polish, their unique building, or one of their unique buildings, is the Folwark. It gives them 5 population, normally I think. Okay, let's read. In the supports 10 population. Okay, normally it gives 10 population, it gives 15 population for him. Because of this card, right? Or no, not this card. Okay, not sure why exactly it gives 15 population, but it only says it gives 10 population. I don't know. Anyway, so he's going for a Folwark boom. He will just spam a bunch of Folwarks, which can be used as your mills basically, but they also support population and you can make troops from them. And you can also specialize them so that they are your livestock basically, your livestock pen. Then they're called livestock Folwark. And yeah, that's what the enemy is going for. He will likely build a bunch of Folwarks. He will get extra pigs for every Folwark. And then he will have a pretty strong economy. He also age up with pigs. Okay, let's have a look. What am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm trying to go for a bunch of round churches. At the moment building up one. They cost 150 wood, 100 coin. And they of course strictly experience, and you can also garrison your villagers into them. And they also shoot, even though the attack is pretty low. So my plan is to just spam them and have a big experience trickle going. My economy management is a little bit bad, to be honest. It was I think the first time when I was trying this build order is also. So it's not optimal, but this is kind of my plan. Go for these churches, then send 700 coin to age up. So now I should put everybody on food. And then also sent this shipment here, the Tycho's Observatory, which increases the XP trickle by 100%, and it also increases the HP of the round churches. And yeah, the XP trickle of the round churches is increased by 100%, so I'm kind of going for like a greedy economy build also to have a strong H3. Interestingly, my opponent is kind of doing the same thing, to be honest, but his boom might even be stronger. He has a bunch of animals here being fattened, and as soon as he gets them, they will boost, like as soon as they are fully fattened, they will boost his economy quite a bit. As we can see, you also got 700 wood, which makes sense. He just wants to spam more Folwarks to get more pigs. And honestly, I'm kind of like thinking to myself, well, the Folwarks they cost 130 wood. The pigs only cost 100 food. So you could just, instead of just spamming these Folwarks, just make the pigs. However, the Folwarks, they might also be useful for other things that the Poles can do. Let's have a look at their cards. So let's see here. Sends 1 lip card, Tatar, and 1 companion for each Folwark and stable. So yeah, you just get a bunch of units for all of your Folwarks basically. Sends 1 Royal Arquebusier for each Folwark and barracks. Enables them barracks to build them. But is there even a limit? Okay, I guess the Folwark has a limit, right? Yeah, okay, 15, okay. So you will get 15 of these units. This is actually really strong. The Poles, yeah, if they are going for a build like this, it is not a good idea, I think, to just let them be and go for the build. I must say, I was feeling pretty well, to be honest, pretty comfortable. Because I had my churches up, I can easily defend myself with the churches against raiders, against raids. And yeah, I'm also aging up, of course, so quite nice for me. But the question also is, what will I do in H3? With the Danes you have different options, but you can see I have 2 forts in my deck, so that would be a possible play, to place down the forts, try to play defensively. And I do believe the Danes, they are a very good late game civilization. Their units are very strong, all of the land military units are Royal Guards, meaning they get just extra stats when you upgrade them to H4. But they do also cost more to upgrade to H4. So it is kinda a little bit tough when you don't have the resource, but when you're really able to get into the late game with a good economy, the units become very strong, and there are also a few good cards that can boost up your units. Anyway, let's again have a look at our Polish player here. So he's really just chilling as well. He has not made a single military unit except these hussars which he has sent. Question is, what shipment will he send next? Okay, he's going for the Royal Banner, sending 750 for 750 coin, sending 15 Lipka Tatars, I believe. And 1 companion as well. Wow, that's really insane. Here you can see them riding in. This is also very funny. Yeah, so many. This is really insane. It's 30 units for 1 shipment in H2. I mean, it kind of takes a while, I think. And it's also, of course, decently expensive. 750 coin. He also has to build all of this. And there's a time right now where he is kind of vulnerable, especially if I just try to rush him, but yeah, I don't think the Danes are the best rush civilization, so I don't go for that. Okay, now we have the Sleep Tatars. They have very fast fire rate, and that means they just have good damage, with their 3 times damage against cavalry, so good ranged units. And these companions, they have a siege hand attack, so they can ignore melee armor, but they have not the highest damage, so just a decent unit. But he gets a bunch of them, which makes this so strong. Wow, now he's also making the winged hussars. The pigs have started to die, or at least the cows, and now they will automatically be eaten by the Folwarks, because this card allows the Folwarks to automatically harvest. This advanced Folwarks card makes Folwarks stronger, cheaper, and they provide more population space. Ah, okay. That explains the population space that they provide them. Oh, now he's pushing in. But now he also sees my fort, and I'm At this point, I'm kind of thinking to myself, wow, those are a lot of cavalry units. And you can now see what I'm going for. I'm going for these Minutemen. As yeah, if you have seen the last video, I do like these Minutemen. I do think they're very strong. And yeah, I try to defend myself with the help of these. Let's see. So they have 31 attack, 176 HP. With range resistance. So yeah, just generally really good units, I would say. Also some bonus against artillery, pets, outlaws, and villagers. No, they deal less damage against villagers. Okay, so yeah, but still a really good, especially defensive unit. Yeah, kinda shoot a bit into the enemy units, and the enemy now decides to run away. Now we just continue spamming these units. Let's compare the economies for a moment. So I have 26 villagers. My opponent has 39 villagers, which we can also see up here. Also economy, wow, look at resources gathered. He has 70k gathered, I only 13k. 27 military population, 207 military unit population. Okay, yeah, I have my fort here. I am sending 5 dragoons now. So it's looking kinda tough for me, to be honest. I have also went for refrigeration, which is maybe a little bit troll, to be honest.
Hello?
But look at the gather rates right here, 1.5 gather rates. That is really fast. So I'm still believing. I'm also getting another town center up here.
Hello?
And at the moment, unfortunately, it's kind of bugged. The gather rates for the Poles and the Poles and the Danes are too fast for the natural resources.
Hello?
Like, look at this. This is way too fast. They start with 1 resource per second, which is not normal. Normally, you have like 0.5 wood per second and like 0.82 or 9 or something like that food. But yeah, it's 1 for every resource, I believe, at the moment in the beginning. Then you can even upgrade that. So that is a bug that will be fixed soon, I hope. Yeah, the Polish player is just going for more units, more units. He has now, I believe, also sent possibly another card that sends more units. We can have a look at that soon as this fight here. Oh yeah, he sent the Royal Arquebusiers. Okay. Wow, these guys also are just weak skirmish units. Okay, low range. Yeah, for a skirmish unit, the multiplier. What is happening here? The enemy is besieging my town center. God damn it, it did not get up. Okay, it got up. Nice. But the problem is that I'm just getting absolutely destroyed right here in this fight. And look at this, my villagers here just farming or hunting. That's what I want to do, and they are just all getting absolutely destroyed. God damn it. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I need some dragoons against the Green Hussars, so going for dragoons, and other than that, just spamming the Minutemen. Yeah, my plan was to just survive somehow and get into the super late game pretty much, and then just outboom him. But it's not really looking like I would be able to do that at this point. Have a look at my shipments. Oh yeah, I also sent a church card. With the Danes, there's attack, which makes your villagers train 20% faster and gather all resources 10% faster, but they are also 20% more expensive. So I wanted to go for that attack to just be able to spam out more villagers and get those higher gather rates. But yeah, at the moment I'm just getting attacked and attacked, NTC being besieged, the Winged Hussars raiding me. And yeah, once I looked into like situation here, I realized all of my wills are gone. Like, what happened to my wills? What happened to my villager count? And I realized I lost a lot of wills over there. So I was kind of thinking about resigning over here, but not giving up just yet. I still am not dead yet. So just going for some more units, going for more dragoons, more Minutemen. Enemies just besieging me. And there's more and more units coming in. The enemy has now just hit Fortress Age, so it's funny how late he hit Fortress Age, but how strong his units in H2 are. Anyway, those big shipments. Let's have a look at his shipment. So he also sent this villager shipment, which gives him 1 settler for every 2 buildings. It is just so insane. This is such a good build because you will just spam Folwarks so that you get the pigs. They fatten up with the Folwarks, and then you can just get a bunch of units for your Folwarks. Then you can send the villager card, which will also benefit from the fact that you have so many Folwarks. So he got 14 villagers, I believe, from this card. And yeah, this economy is just absolutely insane. Gather rates are faster than they should be as well, and I was just raided so much. That is the problem. If I hadn't lost like 12 villagers or something like here, I think my economy would be decent at this point, and I could possibly spam more Minutemen. But yeah, at the moment it's looking very tough for me. Just trying to somehow get back on the eco side of things. Now getting up a fort. Question is if it will go up. Luckily for me, the enemy army is not close, so that should go up. Yeah, the problem is also that the enemy now has the map control as well. He can easily gather all of those natural resources. But he doesn't even need to gather a lot of food, because he also has these pigs and the livestock that give him resources. Okay, he's also going H4 now with 5 winged hussars, but it only delivers 4 winged hussars. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Anyway, now he's going for some veteran cavalry archers and sending team Lithuanian cavalry combat. Light cavalry units are improved in combat. Okay, 15% more HP, 15% more attack for light cavalry, and also cavalry combat he has sent before. Okay, he also cut to make infantry train faster and make the pure true range and attack increase. Wow, now he's sending 30 villagers, 2 settlers for each folwark. Wow, this is so insane. He doesn't need to train villagers even, it seems like, because he can just get these big cards where he gets so many villagers. But well, I still have not given up. Now getting up some walls. Starting to make villagers more or less at the moment. Not, it seems. I should be making villagers at this point. Okay, actually, okay, I decided to also age up. I guess that makes sense as well. I'm aging up with the logistician, giving me 1 fort wagon. Here you can kind of see what was my idea with this build. I just wanted to spam fort wagons, have a strong economy behind it. But the problem is my enemy has a much stronger economy, it seems. But actually, look at the villager counts. At the moment, this is interesting. At the moment, there's like we have the same villager count. So I was able to actually have more villagers now. Actually was able to get back with the vills, even though I lost so many villagers, and he has these big villager shipments. So if I hadn't lost like a bunch of villagers here, I think, yeah, then the position would be a lot better for me in this game. But now he just has such a strong economy, and he also has such a strong army as well. Get this army really big, and he is also getting some mortars. Now what is he sending? So yeah, he sent that villager card, now sending a factory. Do Poles only have 1 factory they can send? I don't know, seems like it. Or sends 1 winged hussar for each folwark. Man, this is so crazy. What? This is okay, this is really crazy. This build just makes so much sense, going for all of these folwarks and just spamming these cards which give you units for your folwarks. This is so insane. Honestly, I don't think this is balanced, to be honest. Of course, my build, I don't know how good this build is. I just made something up and all stuff. And also, at the moment, everything is a little bit weird because, yeah, as I said earlier, the gather rates for Danes and Polish are wrong. Danes and Poles with the natural resource, they are way too fast. But still, the Poles, they seem very strong with their build. You might really just have to rush them, and then you can maybe see how effective that build is.
Ja, general, mit mål.
Hvad mit ærne?
Ære venter os.
Okay, we now have the Polish howitzers moving forward. Of course, they are the counter against forts. The forts can't hit them, while the howitzers just destroy everything. So when you're facing somebody that is just placing a bunch of forts down, you should just try to go H4 and get some mortars to destroy the forts. The enemy now also has a hot air balloon, which is very funny. Now I'm sending in another fort. Will this fort be able to survive this question? Okay, now moving it. About these guard winged hussars, extremely strong, high attack, high HP. In my units, they are decent honestly, but they aren't even upgraded to H4. And yeah, they're just good generalist units, but they are not the best maybe against like really strong cavalry units, for example. And also, of course, yeah, I'm just completely out-ecoed and he just got these big cards that gave him so many units, so that is why I'm not able to compete against him really. Losing villagers, losing my army. I just have 2 forts left. A few wilds here might cease. Make me some dragoons. Not just giving up chests yet. But yeah, the fort falls, and I guess at this point, I do know that I've already lost him. Just doing a little bit of micro for fun with the dragoons here, fighting a little bit and thinking about the game. But yeah, the game is lost. The enemy has won. He's now also going for these natives here, Royal Huntsman. Right, GG. Look at how funny my avatar looks. Okay, this is weird. I didn't even select this avatar, but okay. I think this is the Danish avatar that the AI has possibly, and for some reason I have it right here, even though I did not select it. Anyway, can we see a huntsman? Yeah, here. Danish counter skirmisher and villager can only hunt and gather from huntable animals. I would be interested to know how good the gather rate of these guys is. Yeah, it was very one-side match, you could say. It wasn't even close. Unfortunately, my build of turtling, trying to then play it into economy and into the late game, did not work at all against the Polish Folwark boom, basically. So yeah, really strong build. At least I guess we can take that from this battle right here. Right, okay, maybe we can have a quick look. What did he say in the end? Yeah, okay, nothing special, just advanced arsenal. It is interesting. Democracy of nobles upgrades the same into a senate that can spawn cannons and only requires 50% of your settler population for resource generation. Interesting. Yeah, the Salms, this is also one of the unique buildings right here of the Poles, and now it's called Senate. And now it can also basically produce heavy artillery. I guess so this kind of replaces their factory, like the second factory. This is one factory here and this is the second factory basically. Quite interesting. Okay, let's now have a quick look at the resources and the stats. So in the end he had a lot more resources. Right, he had more of every resource. Then what are we looking at right now? Okay, still resources. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, economy, interesting. Resource and then economy. Okay, let's have a look at the resource spent in units. So he spent more also. Interesting. Even though he got so many units from his Folwarks, he still spent more on units. I had more units in total. Bunch of Minutemen. He had, wow, 49 winged hussars. That's insane. And he, of course, killed also a lot more than me. Okay, now the timelines, all unit count, yeah. Yeah, his strategy definitely was a lot better than mine. But I do also believe it should receive some nerfs most likely. But I mean, I can't tell it, of course, from just this game, where I was also playing a new civilization. I'm also not like a really good player who can decide such things. But I do believe, I mean, it seems pretty obvious that this is kind of OP. But anyway, let's have a look at the resource gathered. So yeah, here was actually a point where I was gathering more resources. I think he didn't have his pigs being fully fattened yet, but as soon as he got his pigs fully fattened, his economy got better. As soon as they were eaten basically by the Folwarks. And then he just took the map control, he raided me, and he got ahead. So yeah, I technically had a chance to have the better economy. If, like, imagine if this would have gone more up. But he just did too much damage to me. Maybe if I had played it better with the defense, maybe there was a little chance. But likely not. Anyway, quickly, let's have a look at the villager count. Okay, yeah, so you can see here that once he sent the card, he got ahead. Before we were very even. Then he sent the card, got ahead. But yeah, that's very interesting. He didn't build any villagers. I mean, he could have built villagers, then he was aging. Didn't really build a bunch of villagers. I was constantly building, mostly. And then I kind of got ahead even. But then he sent that insane card. Again, H4. got ahead again and won the game. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, Danes vs Poles match, but I will also try to find a few other matchups or play a few other matchups. And yeah, with that, until next time.